Day one, real, raw, and unfiltered. Finally sharing the behind the scenes of building my fashion brand. Hi, YouTube. My name is Jessica, and I have been telling myself that I was going to film these day in the life type behind the scenes videos of building my fashion brand for many months. And for many months, I put them off with whatever excuse I could think of. It's human nature to not want to be seen at the bottom, at the starting point when you don't have the best equipment, the best setup, when you don't have a whole team to manage every aspect of this content creation humiliation ritual. I think I finally just decided to do this for myself, to show up for myself, to just start and figure it out along the way. As somebody who is a perfectionist and a procrastinator when I want to be, I spend way too much time putting things off, procrastinating on things because I want the first iteration to be perfect. So this is my attempt of letting go of that and just doing, just starting, just sharing and not worrying so much about the result. How many people watch this? Who does it reach? Etc. I just want this to be a journey that I can look back on and see where I started. And if it helps somebody along the way, then that's fabulous. And if nobody ever sees this video, personally, it's proof to myself that I showed up, and it's just memories to look back on years from now. Today is August 11th, and here's a couple things that I am working on for my brand, Silva Collection. I started my fashion brand really last year, went through a tumultuous couple of things with the manufacturer recently. I'm finally coming out on the other side of that and basically rebuilding my brand from scratch. Today I'm focusing on the new direction for my brand. When I started, I had this perception of what I wanted my brand to be. And over time, as I grew up, I evolved, I became more confident in myself and my designs. I realized that this old aesthetic that I had from my brand, even just the mission that I had for my brand, has changed a lot, and it's no longer aligned with who I am, what I want to contribute, the type of woman that I want to create for. And so I'm spending a lot of time world building for myself, vision building, being authentic to what I like as a designer without worrying too much about if other people are going to like it. And I know that sounds counterintuitive because you're supposed to make product for other people. And to an extent, yes, but I think it's also important to make things that are authentic to you as the creator, as the artist. The best thing you can do as an artist is to create things that are so authentically you, and just trust that the right people will love them, will purchase them, will support you. And to give you some context, I'm going to put some pictures up here as to what my vibe was before. I think this stemmed a lot from just me working in corporate and really leaning into that like modest kind of classy girly vibe, and feeling that that's what it meant to be a woman, is to dress in pink and be overly girly and feminine. But I think now that I'm almost in my mid-30s, I have different things that make me feel like a woman. My own kind of perception on what I find makes me feel the best, like showing clavicle, showing back, color combinations that I love that maybe aren't your typical things, silhouettes that again you don't see as much, fabrics that you don't see as much. I've just evolved so much. The fastest way to burn out and lose joy for what you're doing is to be creating things that you are not aligned with. I'll put some pictures here. This is kind of the new direction. This is the mood board that I've been creating for some pieces that I'm going to be putting out. It took me a while to get here because I had built up a customer base, a small one last year, but still, and that kind of kept me trapped, feeling like I have to continue to design for the people that have already supported me, even if that no longer aligns with my vision for my brand. I think I finally let that go and decided, no, I'd rather rebuild and put out stuff that I'm proud of. So that's first and foremost, because that's kind of set the tone for everything that I do moving forward, my content strategy, the collections that I create, the type of influencers that I partner with. They all really have to make sense for this new direction. Second thing, I have my little to do here. Yes, I use paper. I'm trying to use technology, but I can never let go of my pen and paper. I just feel like when I write things down, it just registers in my brain a lot better. Tuesday, 8/11, gym. Got that out the way this morning. I'm going to be filming some short form content. As a new brand, if you have limited budget, I highly recommend investing a disproportionate amount of time into content. Every single platform you can be on. As much as you can manage to be on consistently by yourself. I'm a solopreneur, so I get the struggle. You know, it's free in terms of dollars. You do pay with your time and your effort and your energy, but if you don't have money, then you have to invest something else. And if you don't have money, then you usually have to invest sweat equity. Content is my biggest focus for this year. Organic content. I'm not good, but it's a skill. It's a skill that needs to be learned, that needs to be mastered. And the only way to do that is through repetition, through analyzing your results, making changes, and trying again. Today I'm focusing on short form content to promote the new piece that I just launched. Then I wanted to film this video. I almost didn't. I could have put it off for 5 more weeks while I figured out the long-term plan. I'm so over that. I'm just so over that. I'm just so over planning. I just want to start doing. And so whatever it comes out to be, it comes out to be. And if we want to make changes as we move on, we will. I need to do a lot of editing from content that I filmed over the weekend, scheduling all of that in my CRM. And then this evening, I'm going to be working on the new collection pieces, so I'll be filming that and putting it up on here. I'm also doing a couple other things like setting up my TikTok shop, connecting my shop to my Instagram account, just like little administrative things that I just have to get done because I just keep putting them off because they're boring to do, but I know it's going to help once things start to pick up and I get some momentum. And I also started running some Facebook ads, so I'm going to be checking on the results of those. I'm gonna cut this video here because I have not don't have much more to share. This is just, again, me pushing myself to start to show up, to start to film without having a plan, which is not natural to me whatsoever. This is just so out of my comfort zone. But it's a sign that if you are a perfectionist, that could be good in some areas. It could really just hold you back and caused you to just lose a lot of time, valuable time that you could have spent doing and executing versus thinking about how to make something better that you haven't even started yet. If the first version of what you put out doesn't make you cringe 6 months from when you put it out, then you started way too late. It's better to just get over yourself, put something out there. Who cares? Who cares if you look back and you think, oh my gosh, what the hell was I doing? But it's just that by the time you get to that point, you would have put in 6 months worth of work, not 6 months worth of overthinking without actually doing anything or learning anything. As much as this is a message to you, it's a message to myself. I hope to be showing up here more often. So if there is something specific that you want to see or know about building a fashion brand in 2026, let me know. And of course, if you want to keep up with me other places, I am on Instagram at the Jessica Silva. My brand Instagram is Silva Collection Official. And you can also sign up to our email list for updates from my brand. Don't forget to subscribe to follow along.